Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing the Silly Billies, as I called it, or Faeries. Either way you want is what we're going to be playing. We finally get to play it now. It's just blue-black. The reason we get to play it now is not all the big streamers or YouTubers are playing it. So I feel comfortable enough to upload it that I don't feel like I'm just going to throw it into the void and have my video get uploaded over top of pretty much. It happens being smaller, of course, so it was something we had to kind of plan around. But hopefully you enjoy the content. Either way, we're just going to go ahead and get into the games. This is the deck list. It should also be in the description. Hopefully I remember. If not, please yell at me. But if you enjoy the content, please be sure to subscribe. Other than that, let's just get right into the games. All right, here we go. And I guess what you want. You want this to start cooking. Turn one. Cool art, by the way. I think our opponent mauled once. Yep, one maul. Little sleepy boy out there. Why tell him to wake up? We'll pass. We don't have to interact. We'll just take our stun counter off here. Get it ready. We get hit with Play with Fire. It's mono red most likely. I don't imagine we're going to see a green lane come down for Gruul. My other deck I could think of would play that. Foundry. We can just remove it, or we can make them take their entire turn off again, which I think is fine. And we find a land. Kind of the other goal there. Look for a land. Take our turn now. Dark Slate Shore is coming down. Now we can remove a stun counter and then fencing their creature. And then this will untap on our turn and we'll have a 3/3 wall. It'd be pretty tough for them to get through. See it come in. I would like to... Or do we just pay one? What does Monstrous do? It gives it plus X and then O, I think, and then they get a 1/1. Might get me blown out. Monstrous Rage, I think. It puts an enchantment on it. It gives it a +1/+1 indefinitely. But I'm not sure. I think it's just 2/0. Oh, and a nice rip off the top. We have this creature to come down later to get the fencing back online. We'll definitely attack here, because we're going to jam a Shieldred and make them deal with it. Not even dealing with it, just having it every turn on our upkeep, basically negating a Play with Fire. Here's a Shieldred. Not saying that we bully mono red, but it's kind of feeling like we are. Evasion, 2 damage only, unless they reveal dragon. Given dragon, okay. 3. Ward 2. That's a pretty nice play from them. The only real issue is the fact that we still have a Shieldred. It's gonna come in and put in a lot of pressure. We can also flash this in and block this if it gets so big that it can flip this. Even though I'm still not even worried about that, considering our Forger can come in and take this to cast, and then it doesn't cast for free, right? When you do, you may cast instant. Oh, it is for free, so we have to actually be careful on that. I'm in for 4. That's not even big enough. If they hit it for 4, I'm gonna allow it. Flash this in. Get ready for something really cool. We can hit this and then we can counter it. Because whenever you hit a whenever you hit one of these, a battle, that's the word I'm looking for. I was trying to think of like if it was an enchantment or artifact. I'm like, it's just a new type. But these, if you don't remember or ever really play counter magic that much, these actually flip and they get cast onto the stack. It's a real removal heavy hand too. Going first, I think we'll be fine. And pass. Red, we're gonna need all the removal we can get. Tap land. Oh, very nice. What a monstrous pickup. I was gonna play this, but I think they might play a Felden or something here, which is a 3/3. Or that has words and whenever you cast instant sorcery, it gets +2/+0. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Take it out. Now our shipwreck marches will come in untapped. We'll get the sleepy boy ready. So tired. Look at him. Look at him. And resolve coming online. Is my audio louder than normal? No, it's just like extra loud to me today. Okay. Mono coming down. We don't have a counter spell for it, so not a whole lot we can do. Spending as much damage as we can while we can. Get more mana out. Here, because we had a tap land on turn 1, we can only remove these counters and they'll still stay tapped, so that's something we have to be aware of. The winner. Mono red, just straight up prowess, so this isn't going to really go anywhere. Pay this. Pay this. Auto enter untapped. Don't give this a chance to flip. Next. No attacks. We'll hold. Really, we're holding to have it block mono here. Another one. They haven't really cast a whole lot of instant sorcery. Oh my, stop playing threats. That comes in. We have to pass it up again. This time we might actually activate the mastermind. We need to draw cards. Get back in this, and we're gonna have to draw a lot of removal. There's a time to do it. It's now. Why this is still flipped over. I was just hoping they were bricking. They had so many creatures that it doesn't feel like they should have a lot of spells. If this flips, it's going to become a problem. Oh. How much ward is this? Ward 2. We actually have drawn enough lands to deal with it, so that's fine. Having so much. That has trample. But you're jumping in front. Oh. Yeah, I guess we have to hold again. But other shenanigans they might pull off. Ancestral Anger is a card that I would assume that they're playing. Let's see it, opponent. Another Crasher. It's all 4. An all-out attack here, we have to be incredibly careful. Nothing. Nothing at all, huh? We, of course, have to get rid of that. Them getting another card is not going to be as good as that being flipped on the other side for against us. Now we can pump out all these fairies and have this be super strong. Can't wait forever, but I also can't really attack without dying on the backswing. I do only have 2 defenders here. That's gotta resolve, I think. How much would it counter for? They have 6 untapped mana. They've still had so many cards. Counter spell is pay 2. It'll be for 5. I mean, I gotta let it go, I think. More mana. I mean, this one I guess I have to fight for. I don't think it's gonna matter. Yeah, because I can't. They have 7, 13. I have 5. Yeah, I'm dead. So we're gonna lead off on a shipwreck marsh. I'm gonna keep this, by the way. That wasn't very obvious. A maul. Here we go. March down. The reason why is if I've been playing against a lot of aggro today, taking unnecessary damage doesn't feel great. But we're gonna get Sleepy Boy down. Could have held up a counter spell, but what's that harvester? Go to edict. I mean, this never happens if we don't play a creature, I guess. Consider now. Quick study's just good to help keep our hand progressing forward. Play land, we'll pass. We can flash in a creature or we can just draw some cards. Okay, they reveal green man. Don't, if you dire, don't you do it. Blow up my lane. Okay. We could just counter this, but they're on the draw side. I think we'll just go ahead and counter this and just get it off the board so they don't get to create the... It's obviously not an infinite loop, but a very good loop in terms of drawing a card, recasting this, it getting removed, and so on and so forth. Sure. That'll come in. Need a card for my graveyard. I suppose I'll allow it. Get more and more cards. Now we don't necessarily care too much to go for the throat this, which I want to do now so they don't have a graveyard trespasser enter on the night side. What do we get rid of? Mastermind's probably just not going to be that great. I don't think they're going to draw any additional cards, and we're probably going to have to keep the cut down around for other threats. Server life channel. Go ahead. Green in there just for show. Never mind. I take it back. You can put that back in your hand. It was a joke. I was kidding. Please put it back. Also probably against this shielded, by the way, could have taken the 2 damage, just got the information for what our hand was going to be. So it wasn't going to like make too much of a difference. Sure. Kaito. You silly goose. Are you good, Kaito? Are you good here? You feel like you're good here. You have 2 cards. Quick study also feels good here. Let's pass. Probably not going to let Glissa hit. We're just going to see if they try to cast something here. Definitely not letting it hit now. They're going to do it before this resolves? I don't think so. We have to hit a land. An untapped one preferably. So we can do Halo Forger kick. Oh, look at that. This on a stack. Don't worry about me. I'm just playing with Snapcaster Mage. Do auto pay. We can cast our opponents. Oh, I didn't know that. Yes, I just always assumed this was our graveyard. A graveyard, yeah. Alright. 6. One more go for the throw it onto the stack. Both hate creatures, even though we play them. Both don't like them a lot. I think I actually play Kaito here. I just make the 1/1. Still phase out, and then I can Faerie Mastermind if this gets removed. Ew. Hey, more lands. Good for us. Turn. Phase out. So it's protected from Shieldred's Edict unless they draw it and they cast it on her upkeep. Questing Druid. This only trigger once per turn, or is it multiple times? Recast. Oh, it's multiple times. Very sweet. I have exactly 2 spells. Okay. Just so you know, it's really weird the way that damage works. Damage doesn't kill the creature, doesn't check damage state base until after the card's completely resolved. So that drew us a card. I think if that was like a fatal push, for example, that it actually would not draw us a card because the creature would be gone as the spell is resolving. It's very weird the way that stuff works. Honestly, I'm not even upset. Now I'll definitely hit you with this 1/1. I don't think so. I think we just hold these up. Huh? Now we're gonna study very, very fast. Turn. Is there a way I can kick this and quick study? Hold up this? Not really. I can't deal with like anything because of this, so let's go for it. I think flooding our hands sounds like a good idea to me. Take the action. Pay the 3. Steady. Yeah. Another go for the third. So we exiled one of theirs. That's 2, 3. 2. God, there's been so many. Let's continue to play the game. I finally found my Shieldred. Hopefully my opponent never has a Shieldred. That's kind of messed up. It's like a messed up creature they can draw. But we get to kind of eat a little bit in terms of making this much more. So we only have to pay 4 into this. Oh, pay into it should be 3. X is 3 and an additional 3 because we control a Faerie here. And we can pay twice to remove these counters and get it in next turn. The reason I was like implying, like I said, cheat, right, is because normally to pass this to remove that, we'd have to spend 7 mana, but we can spend 1 mana to basically reduce that spell by 3. So we get to cut that mana cost down by 2. Go first. That's why I kind of annoyed with Mirrex in the deck, but I think it's fine. We just need like 1 more land and this hand's completely operational. Especially with like a quick study in hand. Fire my mastermind is never good. My opponent doesn't like drawing cards. Hey, you big dog. That's a tough one. We can answer, so just have to do it this way. Do find a land, which is a great draw, or this probably wasn't going to be a game. Pay 0 into this, confirm 0. Put it on that, and give it -3/-3 because this is a fairy. Guess we hold this back, force them to remove it, or it can jump in front of their kimono. It already gave this a ton of value, so be fine. And we're gonna dig for a land here, with the forger being able to be played and cast this back, giving -3/-3 to something else. Land. B. Okay. Give a red or a green if you'd like. I have multiple reasons to dig for land because obviously here's this. Want to remove this anyway, more than mono, I think. You know they have a rage or whatever it's called. Yeah, this card. Oh, it's right here. It's only a 2-0. We know that's what they have, but we still want to make the block anyway. Force them to do it, I think. Find another land, so our play's online. Also have Fading Hope. We could play Shielded here, which would body pretty much most of their hand. But I'm down to do this play instead. Take action. I pay 1. What do I pay? I do not want to put a monster charade. Oh, I promise you. Get rid of that. Now we're left in the same position. We have a Shielded next turn. And then hopefully a quick study after that. We're just hoping they use removal spells on our boy here. Also, if they have another one of these, it actually trades with it, so I'll make the block. There's +2-0, it'll go to X and 3, so this will actually still remove it. Gives us all the more right to get this down. This do. 2-0. Double strike, okay. Now, I'd be lying if I said I'm not just going to Fading Hope this and actually play around that instead. I want to hold this quick study for Shielded. I just might not be able to. Additional land coming down. 5-4 with Menace. Will be coming in. We'll be getting that back up. Another land. Fine, because we want it in our hand. Okay, we didn't want to. Get old Shielded down. All reliable. That has Menace, so we can't do anything about it. This is equipped for 3. So it's 7. Oh boy. Might be in too much danger anyway. Never mind. They gave us an out. Or at least some amount of turn. This is a 2-turn clock. If they just attach and attack me. Well, I guess it's slightly a turn 2 because I would still have Shielded. Can make the block next turn. To play this, we get to Faerie Mastermind and Cycle Takanuma grab this Forger back, maybe? And then hope it hits another copy of Fencing, I guess. Oh, I guess that doesn't cover that. Need to go for the throat. Which it does cover. There's that. Or I can Mastermind if they tap out here, draw 2 cards and gain life with Shielded. Who gave me 4. Then go ahead and double block. Which they take out both my creatures. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Player and an attacker. Huh? Yes. I guess they have the thing to give it double strike, right? Oh, it's this thing. Every creature gains double strike till end of turn. Let's get this down. Get the blocks. It says death touch, so it only has to touch it. Block like this. Make them assign, then we'll activate Mastermind. Sure. Want them to use as much mana as they can here, or as much mana as they're willing to. First strike's gonna be brutal. Monster roll token, it'll get trample. Just have to hope it's enough. We find to go for the throat for next turn. We go to 14. They don't find anything there. Well, I figured to 14. Now we're down to 10, and that gets cleaned up. They find a land. All right, we are in this. We are in the house. We can channel this and draw the shielded back. So we'll do that. Gaining life against our opponents is our best option, of course. Channel Takanuma. We'll grab back old Shelly. And I'll flash this in. If it's a creature removal spell, I'd be glad they use it here and not on my Shieldred, of course. Move to combat. Attack. In case it tries to do anything dumb here. That's the mana tapper. Alright, we'll get our Shieldred down. Alice goes, we'll pass. We have like a soft counter spell in this. Say soft because it's only counter unless they pay 3, and that only pays off if they play something big like this. I'll have haste. I can also go for the throat with that. I don't even have to like really block. Well, we let one equip. We let second one attempt to equip. Then we remove it. Want them to tap out first, of course. Or we'll block. Might get to cover it all here. Go to buff it. We spell stutter it. Or we just go for the throat it. Maybe we just go for the throat it. There's always the chance I try to counter that and they have another one. Then I lose to it. End up taking it home. Alright, everyone, we're going to talk about the deck a little bit and kind of what we think. We're going to separate it out a little bit. This post-game wrap-up that we're doing now. Got these fairies. Let me just do a little bit of sorting here and what we get benefits from. But this is kind of what we got. This is what it really looks like. I like Sleep Curse Faerie. It's actually a lot more valuable in this deck than you could argue maybe in Pioneer, considering they have things that can be cast for 1 mana and they're uncounterable, so it gets around the ward cost very easy, but we don't quite get that too much in standard outside of like Shieldred's Edict, that if your opponent's on the play, they can cast it and pick up your Sleep Curse Faerie pretty easily. Other than that, we love the benefit that it allows us pretty much guaranteed most of the time to have this counter for more mana and have this be a black mana -3/-3. And that's super important with this deck to get that early game value to kind of get us to that mid-range closeout part of the game, with Mastermind coming in and being online and drawing us additional cards, even though maybe slightly helping our opponent, but when we have Shieldred, it's ultimately going to help us more. And then kind of having a duelist to fill in some gaps. It's not the best creature of all time that we can play. It's pretty decent, but it being legendary is kind of hard to make it be more copies. And the losing life doesn't generally matter too much. Flash is the main thing that makes this card good in terms of bringing it in against like a Lily on 3, a down tick. We flash this in, or a plus, and they make us discard, and we flash this in response and start beating it down. The card I was really, really impressed with today is this. I saw it as a 4 of in the list on MTGO, and I was a little bit skeptical. I was like, this card hasn't really been that playable. How can it be super playable here? And it kind of all goes back to this card, and not necessarily this card as much, but this card in general being such good value to spend 4 mana for that and put in a 3/1 and then give a creature -3/-3, especially when you're going against those aggro matchups in best of 1. Also, Quick Study has been like a nice card. We know what cut down, go for the Fading Hope I'll do, but Quick Study, if you haven't really seen it, it's been another card that's in the set. It's just 3 mana, instant speed, draw 2 cards. It's the best of its kind of the 4. I think there's 4 of these that are slightly better to worse. It started as a 4 mana sorcery to draw 2 cards, and then it went to a 3 mana sorcery, and now it's a 3 mana instant or something like that. I don't remember. I think it was a 4 mana instant, then a 3 mana sorcery, and it's now a 3 mana instant. So power creep, love to see it, but it was pretty good all day. I loved playing it, and then sometimes playing the Forger here, kicking it, or it's kicker. That's what it is. And then playing the Quick Study and drawing more cards and leaving a 3/1 body behind, and then of course Shieldred, really nice. Urtai is a good spot up as a 1 of along with Kaido. I never had this card really be that good. I'll move it so the picture goes away. I never really had this card be that relevant. It's obviously probably pretty good against like on a red, but you're already on the ropes by the time you get to play this. Maybe Control or some like Prowess deck putting it in on 2 or something. It's just very hard to kind of get it active and up and running, so that's why it's only a 1 of to fill out the deck. Outside of that, I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. It's like Blue-Black Rogues and Pioneer, but this one's actually good. Sorry to offend anybody that likes Rogues Pioneer. It's just not that good right now. But if y'all enjoyed, thankful. If not, please be sure to let me know why. Outside of that, I hope you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you are watching.